Good evening, everybody. Hopefully,
Good
all
evening.
my entire setup is working. I got something a little different for everybody tonight. I'm using
Yeah,
my.
I got a lot of.
I got a lot of what?
Oh,
Oh, your
I need
camera's a little
to.
bit to the side.
Yeah, I can't move it very easily. Can you move me?
Yeah, I can. I can move you. Let me do that. I'll do that. I'm gonna have to crop you. So this was we kind of talked about this last week, doing this. To spoil it a little bit, I started the game like after the stream last week, just so I could kind of get
Yeah.
the idea of the story without having to worry about it too much. And I was on Discord with Try as it was happening, and I was streaming to him as it was happening. So that was kind of, you hadn't gotten your PSVR yet, which you have
Right.
now.
Yes. So I got mine. You got. When did you get yours? Like the very end of October,
Yeah, it was like the like
or
the last
no? It
week
must
of
have been the beginning of November.
I think it no, it was I think it was the last week of October I got it.
Um. Yeah, and I got like we both kind of agreed like okay, it's time for us to get one.
Yeah.
And so
And you really spent a lot of time with it this weekend
I
for the
did. So
first time.
mine arrived on Wednesday, and I was busy working on the episode that will pretty much definitely be out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I didn't open it, but I took it to my parents' house Thursday morning. Um, uh, for Thanksgiving, which actually turned out to be great because my cousin was there and their kids were there, and so it was definitely a big hit.
Yeah.
Definitely sort of a coincidence that would have brought some entertainment like that. But I think my parents were very glad that I brought something to entertain the kids.
Keep them out of their hair, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean my cousin's son was playing Super Hot VR, which I still haven't tried myself yet, and he was just he was just like playing it for like an hour before we ate dinner, and his head was just like drenched in sweat when we're going upstairs and and like but first I played Astrobot Rescue Mission. I played the first world of that, and I mean it was fun playing that with people in the room because I was because I was like kind of exploring this for the first time and getting this idea of like how much I can move like in this space. Like it was really fun having them there because they were just like dying because I was like getting up and like looking way to the side. I was like getting behind my couch and like looking down because like you were telling me how like you've been playing Astrobot sitting down, and I like the first world I was kind of doing a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
The second world I played sitting down, and then the third world I thought I'm going to try standing up again because I felt like I was really able to move around that space in a way that was cool and get a lot of new perspectives. And uh, I definitely am going to try to continue to play Astrobot that way. It was really there is some value for sure in the standing VR experience. I think there's definitely games that you'll want to sit down for, like Tetris Effect. I played through all of the journey mode of Tetris Effect
Yeah.
over Thanksgiving break, and I really liked that a lot.
I mean, this is one I will want to sit down for.
Right, I actually did try a little Resident Evil 7,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, just loading up like a couple of save points. Like I didn't really fight any monsters. I just kind of wandered around in some areas, and it's very strange going in VR in a game world that I already know. Like I tried it standing up, just just because I thought it would be cool for the floor to be like the correct height relative to where I feel my feet are.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
And it's like sort of standing around, looking around. It's like, okay, I'm in this space that I know, that I'm familiar with, but I'm just like kind of standing here, and it was very strange. Like it's almost like when you get really close to the walls, like everything looks like it's made of cardboard, whereas it looked different on the TV screen. Like Resident Evil 7 is a little bit lo-fi just because it has to like hold that 60 frames refresh, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's already a little low res looking, but then you're like inside it, and like it still looks good, but like you can tell where corners were tucked.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
okay though. I mean,
it was interesting. I couldn't decide whether I would want to play the whole game that way. Definitely, a lot of the rooms were bigger, I thought, in VR. They felt bigger than they felt on the TV.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was like, oh, it's more spacious in here than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Well, should I go ahead and start? I mean, we can talk plenty about this.
Yeah.
I've been a little nervous. I just hope I don't embarrass myself.
You know, I was on Coury before the stream. I thought I remembered him saying he was like a big wuss when it comes to horror stuff, but for some reason he's saying, "Oh no, I'm fine." But this is different.
This is different. Let me see if I can fix your camera.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need to adjust me. Yeah, I mean, however you move, it's gonna need to be the normal spot because.
Okay, there we go.
My camera is not easily moved.
Understood. All right. Well, let me get into the game, and then I will. I'll put on the apparatus. Hang on.
You're already on the title screen here.
All right. Okay. Put on my headphones.
So, sort of to explain to people who might not know, when played in VR, this game has this thing where you look with your head, but you know they aren't going to be expecting you to turn completely around all the time.
Right.
So,
does everything look good? How do I sound?
You look good. It looks good. Sounds good. But to sort of explain, when you flick the analog stick left and right, you turn in 30-degree increments, like instantly. And I found when I was watching you stream it to me in Discord, I thought it looked weird, but I got used to it. So people in the chat, you know, don't be too turned off by the quick turns at first. When I played it in VR myself, I was like, oh, this makes sense. It actually works surprisingly well. The one thing that kind of trips me up though is when you crouch, it's the same thing where it's this instant down, and when you uncrouch, it's this instant up.
Right.
And I thought that was kind of strange and disconcerting. I wasn't sure how I felt about that one, but it's hard to say like how I would feel about playing the whole game in VR. I couldn't decide.
Well, I feel like I can't go back now.
Oh no. But like having played the game, it was like I didn't have to start from scratch, of course. I was just loading up some files. And these initial loads are really long. The world is seamless in game.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm not too worried about it.
But unless you're going into one of those videotapes.
Okay. I should have cleaned my lenses.
4 face buttons, DLC on disc. Apparently, the Not a Hero DLC is not on the disc from what I've heard, but that DLC is free anyway, but it is a shame it's not on disc.
All right.
So are you hurting? It looks like you've got some red on the edges.
What is this? Yeah, I got some red. Is it R1 that uses? There we go. How do I look?
I do want to get
That's where I came from. Is in there, I think.
So, do you know for sure that there's debate in the chat whether the DLC is on the disc or whether it's a code?
The end of Zoe is on the disc, but not again.
But you're sure you didn't download anything?
I had to download. I think there was like a small patch.
But it wasn't enough for the DLC.
Right. I had to download Not a Hero. There's like a little brochure in there saying, you know, download Not a Hero. I do not remember where I'm going. I can't go in here yet, I think.
Right, so you got the knife from the police officer. So your next goal is to go to the garage and open the box, which might be a little bit of an awkward place to start. So get used to moving while you can. Oh, there's one of those bobbleheads over there. I don't know to what extent you want me to
No, yeah, I want you to tell me everything.
You do?
Well, I mean, within reason.
Okay. I mean, I've played through the whole game once myself, and
Where's the bobblehead?
watched a friend play the entirety of it another time, so I know it reasonably well. I know the layout of the house pretty well.
All right. See, like, this is the kind of stuff that gets me right here. It's like...
The long corridor.
Well, no, it's like looking outside.
Can you get your head through the glass?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can clip through it. I'm sure. Okay, I forgot how I get out of here, though. Oh, bullets. I don't have a gun, though. It's so stressful. Oh, I can use this to cut the tape, can't I?
Yep. Yep, that's why your next goal is the garage.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's the cop. Okay. Like, he's...
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Now, first, you need to tell me what you're doing out here alone in the middle of the night.
Me? What about you?
No, it's my job. Won't you do your job and tell me? Answer my questions.
Yes, subtitles.
Believe me if I told you.
Try. Hey, put that door back. Put that door back. Wait!
Jeez.
Fuck you.
So there are many approaches to this situation.
Well, I just want to...
So I'm just going to let you see. I'm just going to kind of see what you do.
Okay.
I mean, there's a number of things you can pick up in the room.
on an old man?
There's a number of things you can do.
Oh. Oh, I see the handgun.
That is. Don't forget you've got a too scary button, aka block button. I forget what it is. Is it L1 or L2? I mean, aiming must be so easy, basically just using the button. I found aiming to be kind of difficult. Because I was like so nervous. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying So there's another weird thing that VR does that doesn't happen when playing on your TV, and that's like when you're grabbed or when a cutscene happens or something like that, you take the black.
I gotta say, I'm barely listening to you right now. I'm just letting you know I'm barely listening to you right now.
I'm talking to the chat.
Oh, okay.
It's over, boy.
I understand it is. Oh, okay. And then maybe I can get out of here?
That's your car, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
Nice car. Mind if I take it for a spin?
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Start running.
Have you seen this before?
No.
Well,
the fight can unfold in a number of different ways.
oh, how do I get up there? Okay.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
He wasn't lying.
You can also attempt to get in the car, but I can't remember if that ever does anything good or not.
I get to see this poor guy die again.
Yeah, I don't think you can skip it.
Hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Now, first, you need to tell me what you're doing out here alone in the middle of the night.
Me? What about you?
No, it's my job. Why don't you do your job and tell me? Answer my questions.
You're not gonna believe
I'm
me if I told you.
I'm hitting my head on the microphone.
Hey, put that door back. Put that door back. Wait!
Oh, God.
I mean, if you
It's
get
like,
in the car,
it's like,
I forget if you get in the car, if he always immediately like gets in with you. Or,
I feel like I need to get his
I'm
gun.
gonna kill everyone.
Or if you can. Oh, did you not get his gun before?
I did. I shot him a whole bunch of times. It didn't help.
I'm an old man, son. You can't take on an old man.
I have used the Vive. I can't really remember how the resolution looked. With the PSVR, there's definitely, you know, a sense that it is not high resolution. Although I've heard that
Oh, look, I can drive.
yeah.
Get up.
It's pretty good. I feel like I remember when I got in the car, I feel like he like almost immediately like got inside and like took the wheel from me.
Oh, jeez, how did... Oh.
Ah, shit! Nice car, Ethan. Let's finish this, you and I.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna take you for a ride.
No, 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 no!
Hey, it missed me. Get out. Come on.
So people are saying we're way too quiet and the game is too loud.
Okay, hang on.
So they couldn't really hear us during the fight.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can feel over here to turn down. There we go. Let's see if that helps a little bit. Whoa. Okay. How do I get up? Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy. Now look what you've done, mother. This is the end, you know?
What is going on here? Come on, get up. Ask him if it's better now. I turned it down a bit.
Okay. Is it better? Is it better now?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess they can hear me. How do I get out of here? Open the door. This is silly.
You can over behind the.
Oh, I see. I can climb up here, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Oh, come on.
Do I have your attention, boy? You're
Yeah.
about to see some wonderful. Oh, fuck!
Yeah. Is it better now? I mean, it's just like a really loud scene, I guess, too.
Probably, yeah. Phantom Knot said just lower the volume a tad bit more.
Okay, hang on. I gotta feel it without being able to see it. I gotta feel it out. Hang on. Okay.
But see, it's fun. You get the stupid door unlocking items just like any other Resident Evil, you know?
Yeah.
So it's
And the item boxes are back.
yeah. I mean, it's got a really classic feel. They didn't just like completely reinvent Resident Evil. They kept a lot of the silly stuff.
I feel like I could have done something with this too. Probably could have shot that stuff down, I feel like.
Yes, this is Coury's first time playing the game. I'm so glad he's finally playing it.
That was intense, though. I mean, obviously he's not dead.
You did a lot better than I thought you would in that, to be honest. It only took you 2 tries. And don't forget the save room and item boxes to your left.
Oh, right.
But yeah, I mean, I really like this game. I feel it's definitely one of.
Do I need to do anything with the coin right now? Can I store the coin?
You can store the coins. Like I told you, when you can use the coins, there is an item box in the room, and it'll be really obvious you can use the coins.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely feel this is one of the AAA games of this generation that's stood out the most.
Do you think that this game was like made as the way it was because it was inspired by what Silent Hills was doing?
I feel like it may have played a role for sure. For sure.
So you think that they were pretty happy
It's hard.
when
It's
it got
hard to
canceled?
say. I mean, they had probably started the game by the time that came out, but maybe it hadn't fully taken form. It's interesting that Resident Evil 2 is going to be using the same engine, but it'll be third person. I wonder if there might be any first person or VR elements.
There's the Arclay Mountains. July 7th, 1991. What's the date of Resident Evil? It's 95, right? It's July of 95 is when it takes place.
I think it takes place in 98.
Oh, 98. Okay.
I think it's 98.
That's cool. I'm a big fan of the Resident Evil lore. It's not too ridiculous for me.
I mean, no. I mean, it's the characters and all the things that they've built up over time. I love that crap.
Here we go.
I'll be curious to hear your thoughts after finishing this game. I do need to play the DLC. I don't know if it's more cost effective for me to just get the
No one on the phone.
Oh. I don't know if it's more cost effective for me to get the gold edition for the paid DLC.
It was $20 recently.
Yeah, I know, but everything on all the deals for Black Friday were online only.
Yeah.
Or no, in store only, I think. So I couldn't. Wasn't there info?
Yeah, Alicia Ashcroft. So that's who? Code Veronica, right? Is that what that was?
No, that's Ashford.
Ashford, that's right. But Ashcroft is something, right? It's somebody.
Maybe I think there is like a journalist that's referenced in Resident Evil 2 or something like that. Maybe I forget. I feel like there's like an obscure like journalist or writer name that comes up in this. Famnot's asking, wasn't there info regarding a PSVR control in order to replace the Move controllers? I'm sure that they will come up with something like that for PS5, but I don't
really know what this means. Like I saw it say living room.
Yeah, the objects that you need for the projector are like really obvious.
Okay.
But a lot of PlayStation VR games are just using the DualShock 4 at this point. Like, Astro.
Oh, see, that's. Here we go. Is it going to be something coming from this ceiling? No, maybe not.
Pretty classic, huh?
I was expecting it, but that's kind of interesting. So you look at your inventory though. So your inventory is a little bit like 4, in the way that certain things take up 2 slots in a way.
Well,
kind of.
One is also that way. At least I think it's 1. I'm pretty sure in 2 everything takes up the same amount of space, but like the shotgun in 1, I'm pretty sure takes up.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Stop calling me.
Did my daddy give you a hard time?
That's your father?
I mean, the DualShock, I think, can still be immersive, like in Astrobot.
You just might be able to pull this off.
What? Pull what off?
There's something I need you to do, but I can't explain it right now. You may need some sort of keys to do it, but find a way out of the house.
Okay.
I'll be in touch.
I feel like she's gonna be evil, like she's just playing me. I mean, it's only because I know her name is Zoe, and oh, jeez, the grandma's just sitting over there.
Well, I think the DualShock could be somewhat immersive, like Astrobot, like the DualShock itself appears in the scene, like, and you use it like with certain tools and things.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I
no.
feel like this is
Also, like I played the demo from Moss, and like you.
Use the DualShock.
No one's using it as like a cursor that you can kind of like grab certain things in the environment and like move them around. I really liked the demo for Moss. I almost bought Moss in Best Buy yesterday, but then I thought, well, I guess it's possible there could still be a Black Friday or a Cyber Monday. If there's not, I'm just gonna go buy it. They had one copy left. They'll probably still have it Tuesday.
Oh, there's another shotgun right there.
But I liked Moss because it felt a lot like Zelda 1, for example, where you just you have this fixed viewpoint, like you are positioned at a fixed viewpoint, but you can look all around the area, but then you move the character inside that space, and then when the character gets to the edge of that space, then you're in another scene with your body anchored to another point that you can look all about, and you use the character to walk around and fight monsters, but you also like you move your controller physically about to like grab things and solve puzzles. One thing I've liked about the VR games so far is that they're pretty simple games. You know, they're not like overly complicated, like trying to come up with actions to use on every single button. You know, Astrobot's like a 2-button game basically.
And that's what's so great about it, because it doesn't need.
I know. I mean, I have a real soft spot. I mean, that's one of the reasons I like Knack so much. Is I've got a soft spot for modern games, like particularly from bigger companies or publishers, like, you know, Sony's Japan studio, that just have the guts to just like make just a game that controls really simply, doesn't have like a bazillion things.
How do they have tapes that says Ethan, please watch this? Like, so they know that he's coming? It's just interesting.
I didn't really think too deeply about the tape presentation. I mean, obviously they're a little too high res as it is. Someone was asking, been trying to update the OSSC firmware for days.
What I did.
I
just want you to know
I mean,
that wasn't me. I don't know.
If I recall, you basically have to make like a disc image. Is that correct?
There you are.
Hang on, I'm just.
It's almost like a CD image.
I know, I just watched that cutscene, so I'm just like, oh, am I playing or not? What was it? The question about the OSSC firmware, what?
How to update it.
You need like, on a PC, you need like it's like a WinDisk 32 imager or something like that. And
right, you basically are making a CD disc image, except on a micro SD card.
Right, and it's so small.
Yeah, so you just need to download the software. I think go to the OSSC wiki.
Oh, there's not big spiders in this, is there? There's not big spiders in this game, is there?
I don't think there are spiders.
There's not big bugs in this game.
There are bugs of slightly unusual size.
Oh God.
I don't think there's any spiders.
I'm not so.
Well,
I mean, there's not like centipedes or anything, is there?
No.
Come on.
I mean, there's actually.
I didn't even consider the possibility of there being big bugs in this.
There are some, I guess they're kind of like spiders, but they're not very dangerous.
I need to hide.
And they don't really move.
Get back to your room right now.
Oh no.
Well, I didn't. That was some video cassette. Just has the words "you failed" on it. I always forget that I have the quick turn.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
I need to hide.
I mean, some of these rooms kind of connect. I mean, you can
Deserve
sort
this,
of
except open my home and
you can
feed
sort of
you.
sit there and hide a bit. You gotta pay attention to the light to see if she's moved on.
I know. Well, she would like look right at me first. A second there. Don't even.
Oh!
I don't
I saw it.
understand you and all this. This house has seen more than
Oh, that's not cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. Like the woods at night.
or is it just
Down on the bayou, right?
Yep.
Can I go down? Come on, if you're so scared, why wouldn't you jump in there?
I know you and Zoe are plotting. I know you were scared. Think I
Is
don't
the
know
chat
what you wanna
enjoying
do
this
with
at
that boy, Ethan?
I think so. We've got 216 people.
I can't pick up the...
Oh yeah, you can just look at that.
Come on.
It might be there later.
No, don't come over here.
Ooh, man. I was just thinking of one pretty good scare. I don't know if it's going to be as good in VR, though, because of, like, the fade thing. You know?
Oh, well, I guess we'll see. Come on.
There's an option in the menu that said it's a filter that decreases discomfort or whatever for some people. I didn't try it off. I wasn't really sure what it meant by filter, though.
I don't know.
Does Sephi or anyone else in the chat who has played this in VR know what that option does? It said it was a filter to decrease discomfort.
I'll feed you to my babies and
Is this the best VR game for PSVR? I mean, it's not designed exclusively for VR like something like Astrobot. I mean, Astrobot is pretty amazing.
We open our home. We open our hearts. And what do you do?
I mean, it's actually kind of crazy just how many VR games there really are.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean, if you go to Game Dave's channel and watch his VR videos, it's like, I mean, he's just pulling VR games out of nowhere. I mean, because people who don't have PSVR, aren't really looking at VR games, and there's so many more than you realize. I mean, if you want to consider the PSVR a platform unto itself, I feel like it's kind of taken off by this point. It's kind of got a lot to offer. Some weird option that added lines in the middle of the screen. Turn that off immediately. I'll have to check that out. I don't remember seeing lines when I tested this out. I'll have to check out that option. I'd be curious. Oh, you're talking about like the white lines thing that they show in the tutorial. Yeah, that's kind of goofy.
How do I do this? I'm close.
Yeah, you're close. I mean, if you're that, you don't have to get it 100% exact. It just has to be close.
Oh, I see, and I gotta back out of it. Once I have it, I gotta get back to where I was. I had it, now there it goes.
But you see what I mean? Like the light projector puzzle things are pretty obvious what it is. Yeah. At first, I was like trying a bunch of things in my inventory, and then you get it, and it's like, oh.
I like that it like burned a hole in it, so they can really only open this door one time. They can only hide it one time. That's typical, like Resident. Oh, jeez. Can we get down? She's gonna come through there. I know she's gonna come through. There's gonna be something. There's gonna be something. Something's gonna happen.
There are. I don't remember if it's in this corridor, but similar corridors. There are like regular bugs in these.
Okay, that's fine.
They're regular bugs.
I'm more concerned about like the big.
I mean, I think it might be centipedes, but they're regular centipedes.
Okay, that's fine.
She loves you. She wants us to be a family,
Oh
goddammit.
jeez.
You!
Boy.
All you have to do is accept her fucking gift!
Go. Can I go back through? Oh. No. Get in there. Get in.
You have to like. I went through a little corridor like that when I was testing VR. You have to keep your head like just in the right space, or else it like goes black because your head is like going through the wall.
And you are not paying fucking attention!
I hope I was supposed to go back like that.
You think little Evie's gonna
I mean, obviously, since the doorway opened, you are supposed to go that way. But I mean, you
Yeah.
could have hidden around those boxes or whatever.
I am through playing games with you! You hear me? You hear me? You hear me?
I mean, I would have gone off into the swamp. I'd rather take my chances with the alligators than these people. She's angry. She's not very good at looking for people, though.
Yeah, I like to theorize that you know whatever has happened to these people distorts their
Oh, look! I can like look through the cracks.
looking for people's senses a bit.
I feel like I'm supposed to go out there, though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, well, she's like, but I can. Push
Yeah,
her.
I mean, there's another door up there. I think that's where you're supposed to go.
I gotta push her.
You just gotta like get through when she's not looking. I mean,
Like,
you can crouch behind like the boxes and stuff.
oh. Whew, jeez.
Do you feel like when you've got your headphones on,
There's no way out of there, Missy!
there's like directional sound? Because I didn't really feel that way with what I was playing.
Directional sound in this. Yeah.
Or I didn't really think about it too much in this, but in the other games, like I haven't really felt anything like
Well, I think that's because we're listening with stereo headphones.
that. But even like left and right, I didn't really feel too much.
That's a crank.
Yep.
Look at old
What make note. What kind of hole do you think it might be?
Oh, jeez. Oh, gee.
Where do you think you're going?
Was that the jump scare you're talking about?
No.
Okay.
No. It'll be a while before that. It's pretty I'm thinking back to how Drum reacted to it. I'm pretty sure.
Look at how jacked up the time code is.
If I remember right, his legs like went like way high in the air.
There's a little bit.
Yeah, Sephi remembers that one. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah, Sandy, it was pretty good. Did you finish your dinner? I heard you eating over there.
I made myself a drink before the stream to kind of.
No, we've got Boyce from the backlog right here too.
Nice, we got.
What did they do to you, man?
I don't know does he ever watch any of the streams that we do?
Maybe so.
Where's this plug-in?
I still haven't quite decided how I'm going to set up my PSVR here. You know, I was playing with it at my parents' house over the weekend. But I kind of had this idea, like, set it up like where like in a sense perpendicular to the TV, like set up the camera to the side so that I've got like that corridor to work in. But my only concern with that is like I kind of, to be honest, like to use it just with my regular speakers and not have to deal with headphones all the time.
Yeah. Oh, it's a scorpion door.
Mm-hmm. I like how they decorate them up pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do that. I don't know. I'll probably be experimenting with that. What? Let me play with this.
That is a trophy that says Master of Unlocking.
Sometimes the trophies it just shows like a trophy symbol and it doesn't tell you which trophy you got in the VR.
Oh jeez. That's another thing I hear, like filthy bathtubs. Uh-oh. I don't have enough inventory space for the statuette. I gotta find a save spot. Or a save room. Ooh, let's nice. Right, an antique coin right in the toilet. So it's a wooden statuette. You know where a save space?
I'm trying to think where the closest save room is.
I mean, I feel like I gotta be close to one here.
Is there one in the second floor? I feel like yes, but I'm not sure. By the way, if you see where the stairs are broken?
Yeah. If
you jump down there, that's right by the laundry room.
Can I get back up though?
Yeah. I mean, you can't go up that way, but you can get back the same way you came. Do you have, you might be able to mix some stuff. You might be able to combine some stuff with your chemical. If you hit the R1 button, then you can you go this mixing. You don't have to do it manually.
Oh no, that's if I hold it. Do I gotta hold it down?
No, just hit the R1 button. See where it says items and then combine.
Oh, okay. I just used my health. doing that.
Yeah, that'll happen to you once or twice. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's easy to do. You'll accidentally waste a health at some point. So you basically select what you want, and if you have the stuff to make it, it'll make it.
Got it.
So that opened up.
Oh, jeez. Oh, come on. What?
Sure shit beats the hell out of dying.
It's always something. What does he have now? What is his weapon? What's that weapon he has? Come on, run. Can you go any faster than that?
See, the family is only part of the gift. Which in a word,
I mean, you can click stick run. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I mean, the movement speed in this game is not super fast. I mean, you can go back through that statue door and get to the save room and the item box.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. He won't follow me in there, will he?
Not into the save room. In fact, I don't think he'll come back to this. The hallways that surround the dining room, I don't think he'll come back there. But he can go out into the foyer or whatever you call it.
Oh, I don't want.
Yes, those are 2 GameCubes behind me.
So you want to tell everybody about the episode that's coming on tomorrow?
Yeah. So we've been working on the GameCube update video. Kind of went on the back burner. That's why there's 2 GameCubes behind me. And hopefully that will still be coming. Hopefully in the coming weeks, but what?
That made me jump a little bit.
Oh gosh!
I know. Go.
I did not.
Oh jeez, it's really fast. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh.
I didn't think he could. I didn't think he could come back here. I'm surprised.
Come on, just go! Don't like take your time.
You kill me, and I can go right on back.
I know, I'm gonna slice you up anyways, because it feels good. Apparently you can't. Come on, die, come on. Oh, jeez. I would, at this point, I would, like, remove his head from his body.
Oh, you actually got him to fall down.
And then he gets back up.
Well, then get out of there.
I'm going.
Get out of there.
He, like, he, like, is destroying this house. He's like, I can smell you. But that's pretty cool. So you're like seeing stuff that you've never seen before, like certain reactions.
I saw that when Drum played the game, but I didn't see it at that time. Like he broke through that wall, like when he was wandering those halls before you got the implant.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't think he could. Like he wanders that area upstairs and into the entry area for a while.
I can smell you.
But I didn't think he could come back there. That's interesting. I mean, there's definitely a lot of.
Oh, I'm in
You
this.
know?
I'm back in the save room.
Variety of
That
things.
did absolutely nothing for me.
Well, at least it's a straight shot, kind of, to the end of that hallway, and then a right to the emblem door. But
Yeah, continue about the episode, just so people know.
oh yeah, the episode. So, like, we felt like the quickest thing we could put together that we sort of had in progress was an episode about third-party controllers, and we're like spending time with 11 each, 22 third-party
You should see the thumbnail. It's like it has so many controllers and it's not even like half of them.
And those are just the controllers Coury has. Like, we've got the Retro Fighters N64 controller in there. It's not even in the picture.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff. It's looking like it's gonna be around 50 minutes, maybe a little bit more. So
Yeah.
when we talk about like doing a quick episode and then this is what we come up with, it's like
Right, but each
doesn't really help our
segment
case at all.
was relatively quick to make. I mean, we kind of held ourselves to just edit them, pretty
it's
straightforward.
like 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to like 3.5 minutes.
Make my little girl proud.
Per- Some of the bigger, the ones that we
come
think
on.
are big.
I'm on to you.
Go on. I hate this guy so much. But there's so many controllers covered.
Yeah.
And
So-
it's like from all generations and consoles too, which is I think is the fun part. It's not just like this new stuff. It's like there's like a TurboGrafx or PC Engine controller. There's GameCube. There's N64. There's Genesis. There's Super NES. There's NES.
Wow, my quality just jumped to 360p, and it's kind of framey. I don't know if it's just me. It's fine for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, did it just say stream has resumed?
Yeah, it says stream resumed.
Okay. That's good. I mean, the quality should go back up because it's showing it's not dropping any frames. I wonder if my computer started doing something. There wasn't supposed
Interesting. So you put your headphones on before the headset?
No, I put them on after.
Oh, you just put them on so you could hear me.
Yeah. Hang on. Since I'm up, I'm going to clean the lenses on these real quick.
Yeah. I find that on my glasses, like right on the inner side.
Is everyone saying it's okay now, though?
I mean, it's orange, but the stream is smooth for me at 1080p 60.
What is the status saying? Is it saying green?
It's orange.
It's orange.
But I'm looking at 1080p 60 and it's smooth. So
I think it just might be like catching up now, probably.
maybe. But I find that on my glasses, like the insides next to my nose on the lens gets smudgy when I'm in the VR. Like, I don't see it until I come out, but I don't know what. I think it might be those like flaps that like your nose pushes through, maybe.
Maybe. Okay, is the stream okay now, though?
Yeah, it's actually showing green now. It's showing green and it looks great.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
Is RE7 an HDR game? It is an HDR game. I'm pretty sure I tested it in HDR, but I know I did because I recorded some for the 4K episode, but not much. So when you're looking at like lights and stuff, they look kind of bright.
You can like pull it off the wall. I'm gonna pull the cow head off. I'm just getting a closer look at this cow head.
I don't remember doing that, but I probably did. Nice, Sandy. What do you
Oh,
need?
geez. Oh, she's in there. I need that shotgun.
Wait, who's in where?
My grandma.
Oh, she is in there. I don't think I realized she was in there.
Can I get in there? I don't know where to go.
You can't go in there yet. It'll be a little while. That's a Raven door, right?
It's a scorpion door.
Oh, well, you don't have a scorpion key.
I know. I feel like I'm supposed to go out here someplace, but I don't know where. You could look. It almost looks like there's somebody standing at the end of this hallway.
Did you guys buy any flashcards over the weekend? I did. I actually bought a Famicom shape EverDrive N8. Yeah, that'll be nice for some translation patches and the like.
This is a snake door.
I held off on SD2 SNES for now, but I'll, you know, now that they've got SA1 working on it, I'm definitely going to get one eventually.
Don't worry, I'm still here.
Oh, jeez. He's like running at me. I think I put. Can you only use the lockpick one time? Oh, come on.
I don't remember if they have a few uses. Oh yeah, you can hide in that room.
That's what I'm trying to do, but I tried to.
I have hidden in that room before, but he must have put it away.
I guess I got lucky cutting him up that first time. I was just gonna.
Yeah, I never fought him when he was just wandering around. Only in boss fight.
His name is Immortal Jack. I think I left my lockpick in your bag, so it's actually not bad.
Yeah, his name's Jack.
Oh, so you can only use the lockpick the one time?
I can't remember.
Because I don't have it anymore.
I don't remember if it's a one-time use or not. You can use it in, you can use it on doors, you can use it on, sometimes there's like lock boxes.
If he comes through this wall again, if he does it again.
I mean, the wall's already broken, right?
That made me jump again. I was like, I thought it wasn't gonna happen. I started to run by it. Like I heard him in the other room, and then I watched me jump. I thought for sure it wasn't gonna.
I was watching him come through the wall. I didn't see you jump.
Oh, I definitely.
So had you made any progress? I guess you hadn't made any progress, really. Then, had you?
I thought maybe this would be something I would.
Oh, I know what you need to do.
I see it.
Oh, I didn't realize you had an item.
I didn't either until I just thought about it.
Did you put the pendulum in the family room?
No. I took it.
Because you have it. Yeah. Oh wait, where did you get it from?
I got it from that where I just like put with the projector.
Oh, okay. Well, you can. If you go back, I mean, you don't have to do it right this second. But if you go back to the family room and put in the clock, you get something out of it, but I forget what.
Okay.
Are there arcade fighting sticks with the controller episode?
There is one. It's a N64 controller. It has a flight stick on it as well. But the up and right C buttons did not work on it. But it's actually a pretty cool cool thing. The stick on it has micro switches, which is not what I was expecting.
I mean, there are a number of controllers that are definitely, like, the button layout is designed to be more arcade-like. But I mean, I am not an arcade stick fan, so you know, anything like that would be in Coury's realm.
Oh, what is this? Oh, look at that! Yum. Mmm. Tasty. A coffee pot over there. Coffee.
I think there might be some CRTs you can look behind coming up here. Like, do you feel that urge too? Every time you see like a TV, like you just like gotta look behind it.
These right here.
One of the rooms where when you were controlling Mia, one of the rooms has like a ton of CRTs that you can definitely see the backsides of. That was one of the places.
Oh, come on! What is this? Oh my god! Oh my god! What is? Jeez.
Oh.
What is that? It's like an Ouroboros.
I don't remember that happening.
What is this? Oh.
I don't remember the first one being there.
Oh my god.
Actually, I guess I do. Do you have your gun?
I do, but like I'm just running.
I mean.
This looks like it would be a safe spot. Oh, it is. You know it when it's a safe spot.
I mean, I'm amused by that interaction, but that is what we would call a normal enemy. Your first normal enemy. So it is not a waste.
Okay.
To shoot them.
Well, it's scary looking, for one.
And it's just like they're in there in the room with you.
Yes.
There are definitely component CRTs in this game. Can confirm. Once I was checking this game out in VR, I looked on the back side. There were CRTs with component, composite, S-video, and VGA. I mean,
You almost wonder if they put that in there just for us because they know we'd see it.
I mean, you know, Lucas is obviously a troubled kid, but he knows. He's got his fingers in the rural Louisiana CRT supply. I'm telling you that. Like, he's found some good stuff.
Well, I got a lot of bullets, so I'm going to use my gun for a little bit.
Yeah, I would not try to knife these things. That's just me.
That's fun, like...
It's interesting though, like it's this far into the game where you actually encounter a quote unquote normal enemy.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't.
Like,
It
isn't it
really
kind of
doesn't
cool that? Isn't it kind of cool that like you got this far without even knowing what a normal enemy was like?
It's like Venom. That's what it looks like. It looks like Venom. Come on! The big problem is like when they rush at you really quick. After...
Well, don't forget you've got quick turn. Oh, you did good. By the way, like this would just be me. Like after you've killed 2 or 3 of the things, it wouldn't necessarily be the worst idea to go back up to the save room since it's kind of just there.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. It just I kind of just got a little freaked out because the like there's like it's raining really hard outside and there's a big bunch of like a really high wind. Happened. Or is that there's gonna be something in this last one?
There's you have to have certain ones open, and then the locked one will open. There's a note that explains what you have to do.
Okay.
Are we making an episode on VR games? Probably not anytime soon, but we are enjoying PSVR. If you wanna learn about VR games, Game Dave is the place to learn.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Oh, did you find the note? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it either.
Come on.
Oh, that one, I think that was a tougher one. I think he's got like a big arm or something.
Let me see ya. Let me see that face. Yeah.
I had a lot harder time shooting him in the head because I was just like I felt like every bullet counted. It made my nervousness made my aim much worse.
Yeah.
So you being in VR, like it's got to be easier to aim. But see what I mean? It couldn't hurt to go back and save after you kill a few.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's a checkpoint down here, at least not for a bit. So I would save. You make your own checkpoints.
Just like the original.
Yep. I mean, there are checkpoints. There are autosaves, but
Make a new save.
how do you feel about those mold monsters?
I think they're really, really scary looking. And they just like make these big movements towards you. It's scary too. What kind of weapons do you get in this? Do you get any like heavy duty firepower, like grenade launchers or anything?
You get a shotgun. I think there is a grenade launcher. I'm pretty sure there's a grenade launcher. You can get a Magnum. I think there's a couple of different types of Magnums you can get. There's something pretty cool. Like as soon as you get outside the house, there's like a hidden area that you can like crawl into under the house that I think had something related to a Magnum, if I remember right, and I didn't know about it until I watched Drum play. I want to say Seffi might have pointed out in the Backloggery chat.
I'm gonna check in here before I go. There's definitely one of those things coming out of here. So are these guys like trying to turn everybody into these?
I mean,
Or are these like the failed experiments?
You'll just have to see.
Oh, come on. They like come. Oh, jeez. Come on. Ah. Come on, go, 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 go. Let me see ya.
See that. I had a rough time down here at first.
What is that noise? Like, there's definitely something in there.
Well, like I feel like you know, these monsters and the way you fight them and stuff, like it kind of feels like slightly like Resident Evil 4 style a little bit. I mean, there's
Oh, jeez. Let me see. Come on.
FYI, there's like I want to say there's at least 3 in there, and I had a heck of a time. Don't forget you've got a block button.
I know, I gotta...
I mean, it doesn't... I don't think it mitigates all damage, but if you can't turn around in time, it helps a lot. I don't necessarily need the generators.
Oh, jeez.
Are before, but I mean, it feels like an enemy more from like Resident Evil 4, 5, or 6 than.
I tried to shoot the barrel because I assumed that it would explode, but it did not.
I just mean it feels like a more modern Resident Evil enemy than like RE1, for example. Have you tried playing any just like regular games with a VR headset, like just looking at the big TV?
No, I don't have a lot of interest. I mean, it's kind of
No,
neat,
I mean I don't either. I mean it'd be kind of low res looking for sure, but you know it's a silly thing.
I mean, you could run whatever you want through it, right?
If I'm not mistaken, I think you can just hook like HDMI systems up to
Like,
it.
I wonder, can you like run the OSSC into it?
That would be hilarious.
Like, I wonder what it would do.
I have no idea. I mean, it'd probably at least work in the FrameMeister. It would be hilarious if it accepts the OSSC, though. Have we played PC games on stream? Or on Steam? We've probably played a PC game on stream somehow at some point.
I don't know. I don't know if we have on here.
I don't actively play PC games on Steam, but I've gone through phases with Steam.
Big hunks of meat. Ooh, what is this? Oh, it's the scorpion key. Ooh, is that a lockpick?
I remember exploring this room before picking up the scorpion key because I was like, that is definitely going to be a trigger.
Do I gotta do something in the other room before I go down? I feel like I should. Oh jeez, come on.
I would definitely.
It's just the way that they move. That's the scariest part about it. I mean, they move. It's so creepy the way they move. Oh, come on. I'm gonna go up and save one more time.
Yeah, I recommend it. I recommend it.
I can use that lockpick too. Just like a single set of bullets and that's it. But did you feel a little bit more impressed with PlayStation VR versus like the Vive stuff that we played like Limited Run a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I mean, we played Job Simulator, which isn't really my style of game, certainly. You know, with the PSVR, I've been able to, you know, like pick up games that are much more my style.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, doesn't nearly have the screen door effect. I mean, it's still there a little bit. I mean, it's still there.
Right,
but...
I mean, the resolution is low, but it doesn't have the screen door.
Right.
If that makes sense. It's sort of got a chromatic aberration, like, especially with, like, white text. You can sort of see, like, sort of some magenta sort of rainbows around it, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna do this. The thing is, you can't even see, like, the bodies or anything. They just... Yeah, music kicks in.
Someone in the chat saying, according to a video I once watched, the best Blu-ray 3D movies for VR were The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and Blade Runner 2049. Can you
watch?
First of all, I didn't know those movies were in 3D. Second of all, can you actually just like can you do that in PSVR? Or is that like only for other VR headsets? Like can you seriously watch a 3D movie with the PSVR? That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, I would be extremely interested.
You know what? You know.
I knew it was there. It's like, just like.
Whoa. Oh yeah, we just barely saw it. Interesting. I don't even know.
Is that true? You can.
Apparently, you can.
Because I have some 3D Blu-rays, so you can just put it in and watch it like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I've got any 3D Blu-rays. I wonder if you could like, you know, if routing through the HDMI cable works. I wonder if you could use it like a 3D TV, and if the PlayStation 3 would like for 3D compatible games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, how do you? Yeah, I'm just wondering how you.
PSVR supports Blu-ray 3D. Good to know.
So how do you do it specifically? How do you watch it? Can you just watch on?
I don't know.
Because you can't watch Blu-ray movies on a PS4, can you?
Well, yeah, you can watch Blu-ray movies on PS4. You can't watch 4K HDR movies on PS4.
Okay, for some reason, like I guess I've just never watched it on a. So if I just put a 3D Blu-ray in my PS4 and watched it with the headset on, it would show up in 3D.
Like automatically, or then maybe there's some Blu-ray set. There might be some Blu-ray settings in the system menu, maybe.
When it's like behind you, it's like so stressful. When the music kicks in. Oh Jesus! Come on.
You can watch movies in the theater mode. There are like 3 apps for watching movies. Like watching different apps for watching Blu-rays? I definitely need to get a standalone Blu-ray player sometime. Like I normally watch Blu-rays on my PS3 still for whatever reason. Not that I watch Blu-rays like hardly ever anymore.
Where'd they go? They're around here somewhere.
I don't think they get out here. If you watch, they might be able to go a little ways into this, but they have a radius that they can move in, and they will dissolve if they move too far from the radius. And they
just become.
They dissolve and then return to where they originated from. You can't lure them wherever you want, basically. They can only go so far. They're sort of anchored to their spawn location.
I don't know if I have enough bullets to kill them. Oh, we got a donation.
Oh? Oh, Blade Blur with the $2. Finally finished Symphony of the Night for the first time. Thanks for that video. Great to watch it was. Well, thank you. I'm glad you finished Symphony of the Night for the first time. Whew. Well, gosh, how many were in there? Were there actually 4 in there?
No, there's 3. I'm swimming in these things though. I only have 8 bullets left though. Got plenty of shotgun shells.
Well, you got the scorpion key, so you can open Grandma's room.
That's true. Don't even tell me that there's nothing I can even do in.
Isn't there a door?
Oh, there is a door. Looks like I can only lockpick it too. I don't have any.
I mean, you definitely need to go through here. I don't remember if you immediately have to go through here, but...
I can't get through.
Is there anything down that hallway that was like... It looked like there was... I couldn't... It looked like on the left side of the machines, it looked like there was another hallway. I mean, it's good you went ahead and cleared out the room, for sure. How long is this game? I'd say it's like 10 to 12 hours.
That's really long compared to most
I mean, it's shorter than 4, 5, or 6.
I mean, I felt like 4 was really long. 5 was not that long. And I can't remember how long.
Six was probably like 30 hours because remember it's got like 4 campaigns.
Yeah. That's kind of a creepy picture. Oh, there's antlers on the ceiling too.
So scorpion key, huh?
Yep. I hope I don't need any more bullets. Oh, come on. Of course I do.
Huh?
That must have been the one I ran from earlier.
Yeah, I don't think there's any mold creatures on the first floor other than that one.
The crow. It's a two-headed crow.
So it is. I never really looked at it that closely. Yeah, you didn't really explore this room much earlier, did you?
Oh, what is this? That looks like a lockpick.
Oh. Actually, cool that you found that. There's actually sort of a little later you will you'll find these photos that say something like I've hidden something cool here, and it'll show you a photo of an area, and if you can remember where it is, then you might find a nice item. That item that you just picked up is like it's a permanent health upgrade.
Oh, I should just use it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like you're hurting too. I think it'll heal you.
Faded to black, so something's gonna happen now.
I think it's only because you had to get into you had to assume the crawl through corridor position. I don't think anything's gonna happen. By the way, you could have gone through the scorpion door as a shortcut. There's a scorpion door in this entry area that connects to that hallway. It goes to the basement and the save room.
I can't open up. I saw it pop up for a second. This is the pendulum you're talking about?
Oh no! I'm pretty sure it's in the family room next to the dining room. Go back to the dining room. So were you not able to unlock the scorpion door?
Yeah, I unlocked it.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the pendulum first.
And now we know that maybe Jack can wander this corridor. I didn't think he could at this point in the game.
It's just a white dog head. I don't know what I was expecting. Oh geez, there he is.
Oh no.
Oh god.
It's over, boy.
No, because I'm running into the save room. It's like, it's so stressful. I know he could be like so close behind me.
Have you ever felt like with the VR, like playing Tetris Effect, for example, like sometimes with like some of the ones that were like outdoor, like flying high in the sky or something, I would almost feel like a cool breeze. Have you ever felt anything like that?
No.
You can't hide from me, boy.
I really like Tetris Effect. It was mostly relaxing. The last level was awesome. I mean, it was just, it wasn't too different from the others, but it just had really good music and really good effects.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to play it. I've only played like the first.
Phantom effects of VR are cool. Did you try Parachute USAF demo? Is that for PSVR? I don't know. I tried. The only thing that I tried on the demo disc that came with PSVR is Moss and the Battle Tank demo, which that's what it's called, right? Battle Tank?
Battlezone.
Battlezone. You said that you thought that one was really cool. That one actually made me feel a little bit sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just it felt like it could make me sick.
Yeah.
I think it was the speed. Like the tank just moves so fast.
Yeah, it's interesting because I kind of got a little motion sickness from Rez, just like the main game, like not Area X, which is like new for that version, but the actual main game kind of gave me like some motion sickness. There's a game on the PSVR Worlds where you're driving this mech thing around and you're jumping through space, and it's pretty awesome. But I got a little motion sickness from that too.
But Resident Evil 7 doesn't bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not a super fast moving game. I mean, even when you're running, but like I think that Battlezone game, it was just too fast.
No, I said it kind of looks like Tron a little bit. Can you see where I was getting that from a little bit?
Oh, sure. What is the best way to play Jet Set Radio Future in 2018?
Oh, come on! Come on! He can stab.
I mean, I wouldn't be wasting my bullets on him. That's me.
Not even shotgun bullets?
I mean, you can't kill him.
Oh, come on.
Don't move!
Hang on a second, buddy. Just let me read this.
You kill me, and I come right on back.
You're gonna have to come back anyway.
These are dentures. Tasty. Okay. back downstairs.
Mal in the chat was asking, what's the best way to play Jet Set Radio Future in 2018? They only have the 360, and the slowdown is pretty bad, they say. I am not the person to ask about Jet Set Radio Future, but Coury is.
It is Xbox One backwards compatible, isn't it?
I think that might be true. So it probably, I would assume, improves the frame rate.
The frame rate was pretty good in the first place.
They seem to be saying it's not good on 360 hardware.
Yeah. Oh, that. Come on. My inventory is full. Yeah, I don't particularly feel that any of the original Xbox games being backwards compatible on the 360, like any of them are particularly good, or to play them that way.
Wait, what games? Any Xbox 360 game?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't really feel like that would be like my number one way to play those. Play any of them.
I mean, it's. I mean, from what I've seen, I've not run into any problems, and you've got better frame rate.
No. I'm talking about original Xbox games on Xbox 360.
Oh, play them on Xbox 360.
Yeah, not like Xbox.
No. I wouldn't choose to do that. Although I did, try Halo on it a few weeks ago, which I'd never done. Original Xbox backwards compatibility on 360.
Oh, come on!
It's pretty good.
Hello there.
Hi.
How you been?
He is kind of funny, like in a terrifying way. There's not enough time for that. What am I supposed to do?
I feel like he's causing much more trouble for you and Grumble than for me. Like, I just ran. Like, I don't see what this stand and fight deal is.
I'm not afraid of him.
I feel like my way wastes less ammo and less first aid tonic. But he does.
I know.
Not gonna do it again, boy.
I guess I can't. Maybe I can't beat him.
You cannot beat him unless it's an obvious boss fight.
There we go. Oh, jeez. What's he gonna do? Oh. I thought maybe I could just make him start gurgling on his blood again. Like I do grab the shotgun. I hope that he dies. Like, does he die in a good way? Like in a shooting him with a rocket while he's like in a volcano kind of way?
I wouldn't put it quite that way. But, I don't want to say.
Well, he's up here now, so if I can get down there. Oh.
I'm gonna squash you like a.
I don't care. I just want to get in here. now I have the shotgun. I did not bring any of my bullets for it.
Well,
For some reason.
I mean, there's no reason to use ammo on him. I would never use ammo.
Okay.
That sounds silly.
Okay. Now I got that. Is there more scorpion doors?
I feel like there's at least one more.
I should probably go get my shotgun ammo though.
It might be a scorpion door that goes deeper into the basement.
Awesome. I thought I had more bullets than this, but I guess not. It's definitely very good. I think this is a very cool way to play this.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. I'm glad you're liking the game. You know, it feels like Resident Evil more than you might have thought it would, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, so you think I need to go back to the basement?
I think so, yeah.
Like, I gotta get there.
You can go through that scorpion door in the entry area.
Yeah. I could have saved, but I just saved. I wish I had more bullets. I was feeling very confident with the amount of bullets I had there for a while.
I think it actually just made an autosave.
Oh, cool.
Man, I'm going to have to try a 3D movie. I don't know if I have a 3D movie.
I know. I'm gonna try it. Certainly, I'm gonna try it. Like, if I could just do it right on the PS4, that's awesome. Like, I will definitely. I have some.
I mean, of course,
I'm gonna try it as soon as we're done with the stream.
I've got the PlayStation 3D TV, which I got at the Grid.
Yeah, that's
which I haven't. I actually got glasses that work with it a while back, but I still haven't tested 3D functionality.
Oh, how do I get to that? There's a dissection room that I can get to. I don't know. Maybe I can't get to it. It might be downstairs.
I think the dissection room is locked, but there's a door at the beyond where you got the scorpion key. Like, I'm trying to say turn around. Like after you get to the bottom of the stairs, turn right, and then right. And there's some stairs further down there, and I think it's a scorpion door. You haven't been down there yet.
There's a snake door down here.
What's a snake door?
Snake.
EAE in the chat says Astrobot looks great, but I think third-person games kind of defeats the purpose of VR. You might think that.
Yeah, I seriously like.
You might think that, but it is actually super cool. First of all, you're like kind of a pod that has like a neck on it essentially. So you kind of are a character or an object in the game, but you won't understand until you are in that world yourself.
Yeah, it works.
And
out
then
really well. Like,
it works so well because you can, like, there might be a hole that you can see, or if you were just going through it, just looking, basically straight ahead or just a little bit to the side, you would miss so much. But you might see like a hole, and you're like, oh, and you kind of like move your body a bit to look, and you shift your perspective, and it's like it's exploring a 3D space in a way that I never have before.
Yeah,
you would if you were to just watch a video. I don't think you could understand that because, I mean, I hadn't really watched anything of it, but I think I understood well enough what the game was supposed to be like. And
was it different than you thought?
I mean, I just don't think you can tell people what that experience is like being able to move your body, like to change the perspective. I mean, there are ways that you can shift your view by using your head as the viewing point that you could never do intuitively with a controller.
How much time is left? I wonder if I should just play like 2 or 3 levels just to kind of show people.
It's 11 o'clock now, actually.
Does anybody want me to try like 1 or 2 levels on that just to see if...
Yeah. Just kind of show it off.
Yeah.
Generation 16 is saying that the boss fights are fantastic as well, which they are. The boss fights are very good. Where are you at in the game? We believe there are 5 worlds.
Yeah, I mean, because it's acts like there's 5 worlds.
Yeah, I finished the 3rd world. That's the last thing I did.
Yeah, so we're like at the same spot right now. Let me just save and I will go ahead and do it. Okay. Ugh, such a weird feeling when you come out of that.
Yeah, just play any levels that are like in Worlds 1, 2, or 3, since I've seen those. One of my favorite levels was the one inside the whale, because there's like these waves that come toward you, and like the character, the bot, is like wearing a life ring, whatever you call it. And so he's like floating on top of the wave, but the wave like passes over you. So you're like constantly like going in and out of water. It's really neat. They do a lot of really clever things with it. And like I was telling Coury, I think it's really cool to play Astrobot standing up because you can move around the space much more. Actually, some of my favorite levels, this might sound like a really weird thing to say, but some of my favorite levels are actually like the cave levels, which in most games I usually think of cave levels as kind of boring. But
yes. Yeah.
in Astrobot, I love the cave levels because it's like something about like being, it really drives in the fact that you are like inside this enclosed space, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're out in the more open areas, it's like any game can do open space areas. But like when you're inside this closed space, like you're used to seeing foreign games, but then you're not used to feeling like the game world is bam, like right there to your left and right, and you can look at it, you know?
Yeah, see, I'm on 4. Does it show up all right on the stream?
Yeah, it looks awesome. I've actually never seen this game from
this. Did you do this when I told you to do it? Like, if he just floated, it was like. I love doing it. It's so funny.
Poor little Astro.
So, you know, I'll just do like the first level. So. You ever do this too?
Maybe pick something from.
I'll do like some later levels. Did you ever do this though too? Where you like
bounce
it?
the ball?
Yeah.
I'm not quite caught up, but yeah, I bounced the ball. I didn't know you could hit him on the world select, but I knew you could bounce the ball. Is it a trophy? I think it's a trophy to hit him. I think I got a trophy.
Okay. So I'm this. So you can look all around you here.
You can like look under the platform to the left.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's like a hidden coin under. Like you wouldn't see it unless you like crouch down.
I like.
It's like it's stuff like that. That's like, I mean, that's just a very simple example, but I mean, you are looking at this world in a way that no platformer with a normal perspective would be able to look at. It's very cool. I don't know if the Black Friday prices are still good, but if anyone's like remotely interested in PSVR, I mean, you can get bundles for $200.
See, you can see myself right there. That's me right there. I'm looking at it. I'm that.
Yeah, you're like this like projection from like a pod.
Right. Let me turn down the. I think the music's too loud. You know, I love the motion tracking, so you can kind of stretch out to like look around.
Yeah.
The music is great in this game too.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's just like an old school 3D platformer, but there's a bit more to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about it's very, simple, which I like. But and being in the VR space, I feel like encourages you to sort of take your time with it.
Yeah.
Like it's very much an exploring game. Yeah, like Greg was saying earlier, like you could stand up to get a better view of that sort of high area that you're up.
I don't want to hit my microphone. Now I'm out of the play area. But you can look down, I can see myself down there. Oh, I can see somebody down there then too. Oh, I didn't quite make it.
Oh, I guess you triggered that checkpoint because you moved forward.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can still make it to him now.
Like if you shifted to the left and right on your couch at least, to kind of get to look around, sort of
Oh yeah. I mean that's what I've been doing up to this point, anyways.
You know, I can kind
And
of.
there's oftentimes like things hidden behind you at the
Like
start
this.
of a level.
Yeah, I can kind of see something over there.
Yeah, it's like you.
I
you
can't quite
wouldn't-
make it to him. I guess I just gotta go this way.
Oh, there is. Does look like there's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to explain. Like I don't think you could understand without playing. Oh, and it's so fun. Those pink blobs that shoot the gunk at you. Like if you can use your head to like dodge it, but if it hits your face, then you can go and shake it off.
I like that right there. So you can see the boss's hands.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they sort of tease the bosses in the levels leading up to the boss a time or two. Like obviously Coury wasn't like looking super hard to find bots there. But you know, normally, you know, I found myself spending a lot more time. Whoa, you got all the rings? I've never gotten all the rings.
I'll do one of the later levels.
The water levels are cool. The roller coaster level was neat.
Yeah.
I think the cave levels are neat.
Oh, is this the one where you're on the vines and it lifts you up? Like that one's pretty cool. Let's try that.
Yeah, I think so. I kind of like the boss of World 3, like with the vines that like came out to the platform, and then like you had to like jump forward on the leaves.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I don't think I've died on a boss yet, but the boss fights are very, very cool. I know I missed some bots in this level because the vine like moved up past a point that I couldn't go back. I mean, I missed bots on most levels.
Oh yeah, I haven't gotten any of them, or all of them on any of the levels yet.
Oh, I've gotten them on some levels. Gotten all of them. I mean, I've definitely been taking my time with it.
And I think like the lasers on your feet is such a good way to track like where you're gonna be landing.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that. It's cool that it, like I didn't expect it to hurt enemies at first, but it does.
Yeah.
Like this really makes me want to see what Nintendo would do with VR, you know?
Yes.
Like it would be so good. Like Pikmin like this would be insane. This would be so perfect for it. Well, like even like I said, like Moss like definitely makes me think of like old school Zelda in the sense of like you've got like the single perspective for a room, except you can really look about and you can like kind of get a different angle to sort of understand a puzzle better. But then you move on to the next one. I think Zelda would be awesome like that. Oh yeah, and with that beam that you just hit, like it might not have been clear to people, but like Coury like sort of bonked that with his head. So there's several things that you as the camera character can like hit your head. And you know what else is cool? Like the game doesn't explain very much.
No.
Like everything is all kind of just intuitive. Like there are like those screens that pop up every once in a while to kind of show you what to do, but they do it all without words. Like it for the most part, you're kind of figuring out how to do things just because it's natural.
What's the reaction like in the chat? Does anybody think it's like different than what they're expecting? Or is it, I'm curious to see if it's.
Frank Strasser says kind of reminds me of Mario Galaxy or something, which I can kind of see. It's, you know, kind of got that linearness that Mario Galaxy does very well. I can kind of see that. What do you know about that Farpoint game? Like, it's kind of been cheap. I think it's a Sony game. I saw that. I think there's a Farpoint game bundle.
Yeah, it has like a gun.
That has like I think it has a move and a gun, which I wish I got that instead of the 2 move pack because it would have been cheaper. And I've already had one. I didn't realize that existed. I probably would have got it.
Look at that! You can see the big robot, which I know you're gonna have to use it later.
Yeah, I think I ran into him another time, maybe? Like, he kind of just walks off at the end of this level. Like, they're clearly teasing him for something. He looks like a friendly one.
Yes.
Yeah, he says, looks interesting, but still not a fan of third-person VR. He was the one that said that they didn't care for the idea. I mean, after playing this game, like, it kind of made me feel the opposite. It kind of made me feel like third-person could actually maybe be the best VR. Because you're still a perspective in that world, you know?
Right.
And also there's like these chameleons that if you like look at them, like they're hidden in each level and you collect them, so to speak, by looking at them. Instead of like actually walking up. You do know you can shake off the gun, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just kind of a feel-good game.
See, Jay Spence is saying looks like you could play this without VR, but like the way things are hidden in the world, like
yeah, I don't think it would work.
It wouldn't. Yes, they could design an Astrobot game with normal camera controls, but I mean, I agree that it looks like that, but when you play it, you'll see why it would not be. It would not be the same. It would just not be the same. You are this perspective. You can find things in the world in a way that just would not work.
I'm gonna do the roller coaster, then I'll do an underlevel or underwater, and then we'll wrap it up.
I bet with the bundles and like kind of, I feel like there's a little bit of hype about Astrobot right now. I feel like they might have sold a lot.
Well, hopefully.
Comparatively speaking.
Because I know it did not do that well at first. But I think word of mouth is
like
really...
Word of mouth is really rising on this game.
Yes. I mean, that is what's getting it going. Is just like word of mouth has been just really, really good for it. And deservedly so.
Oh yeah. You know, there's a bot like at the very beginning of this level. I think it's sort of like to the left, and it's in a cage. And I mean, I've only played the level once, but I just couldn't figure that out.
This is pretty fun.
Have we tried Creed VR? No. Is that a boxing game?
Yeah. I've heard that's very good.
I love the look of the game. Like, this roller coaster level was kind of cool because I wasn't how I was going to feel about it at first because I thought it was going to be like moving too fast, too much like automated motion too fast. And I thought it might make me a little sick, but it didn't. But like I said, that Battlezone game kind of did me. I mean, I wouldn't say it made me feel sick, but it made me feel uncomfortable. Really hear your DualShock 4 vibrating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't before. And then, of course, this tentacle that's causing you trouble in this level is the boss of this world.
Oh, I didn't even consider that.
Austin, this game is Astro Rescue. And it's kind of like it kind of seems to be like the big VR darling game right now, I guess. Like people are saying it's, you know, kind of amazing. And it is. It's like to just watch it like this, you wouldn't really understand, I wouldn't think, but like the perspective.
Oh, I tried to go for that. I don't know why.
The perspective that you have is this head looking around the world is it's definitely a new way to view it. I mean, I say that as a person that has like only used the Vive like twice before having my own PSVR, and I've only played a handful of games in my PSVR.
I like that.
But even people who are already like pretty big into VR are saying this game. The cracked glass doesn't really bother me at all.
No, me either.
I don't know if they're like trying to like incentivize you to not just like have your head in a dangerous place, but it doesn't bother me.
No, me either.
The underwater levels are neat because like your bot can go anywhere vertically.
Yeah.
And so you can like look up like the hole, and your bot can go up there. Normally he couldn't, or would have a difficult time doing it.
As cool as everything else was, the water levels were that aha moment for me, for sure. Where it's like, oh, you know, this is pretty.
I mean, I think it was
now.
kind of a gradual thing for me. The cave levels were that a lot for me. I liked the whale level more than like the water levels, but the water levels are neat too.
I'll do a water level. I can remember which one it was. Was it the beachside one? Yeah. That's where we go under? You go underwater and come back out.
Which one?
I think it's beachside boogie. Because it was in World 2, and that looks like the only underwater level.
I don't think that's an underwater level at all, is it?
I think it is. That's one where you take the platform underwater.
It looks like a carpet.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, because it's right here. I mean,
I couldn't remember if that one. Okay. I just couldn't remember if that one like ever went underwater or if it was always up there. You're right. It does go underwater. Like I love just like standing here and looking out at the ocean. Like this is a lot of fun. Stephen Pertit is saying we should try Res Infinite if you haven't. You said Res, Res made you a little sick.
Yeah, no, Area X did not make me feel sick, but they're like the main game of Res kind of made me sick. Just like playing the first level. I think a lot of it has to do with the like the head aiming is where I have like harder time with it. But it head aiming at the same time, just it feels so good too. Like it works really well. It's very precise. It's robot dog?
I remember. I want to say it was sometime last year.
I guess it's like the first time I saw this, I was like, "Whoa, this is." I mean, I think it's really cool. And when you get your VR worlds, you got to try the deep sea diving.
Yeah.
It's just you don't have to play it at all. You just look around and the story unfolds around you. But
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know. Let me check when I'm going to get that. I mean, it was like $8 with the Gamer Squad deal. And Rush of Blood, I think, was like 12? 11,
Yeah.
12? Did you order that too?
I ended up not. I'll wait and hear what you have to say about it. I think Resident Evil might fulfill my horror VR game.
I wonder.
Yeah,
It looks like mine are still preparing. I might not get them for a week. It looks like.
But you know, see how I can look all around, and the music is really good on this stuff.
And the music's really good. It's just it is really hard, I think, to understand. Like, I mean, I know I keep saying it, but it's different. It's different. I know it just looks like a generic platform, but it's the way you get to view this world is unlike anything I've experienced at a platform. That where you just got that silver coin, I think there was a bot like hanging from the
there was
main blaze, and that was kind of hard to see unless you move your head just right.
Right.
A lot of times I hear bot sounds, and I'm not sure if they're like if that means there's one nearby, or if I'm just hearing them like making noises inside the controller, or what. Like so far, I mean, I know I'm just using stereo headphones, but I haven't found the sound to be very directional in any of the games I've played so far. Oh, Attack of the Pixels, you can. I mean, if the deals are still live, or if maybe there's a Cyber Monday deals too. I mean, this was $200. With this, it came with a physical copy of Astrobot and a digital code from Moss, which I'm kind of leaning toward just buying Moss and not redeeming the code, and then maybe.
See, for me, this was the moment right here. It's like going up here. And then I was like, where was it? Maybe it's coming up here, but either way, you know, you can kind of get up and kind of get a better look. Actually, it's right here.
Yeah, where you bust your head through that.
Right. So I swam up here, and I was like, oh, well, I can't really see, but then I was like, oh.
You just like bust your head through the ceiling.
Yeah, but then when you can get up here and see, it's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. You can see like the pathways that he can swim through and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, when that happened, it was very much I started like laughing out loud. I was just. Yeah,
the bundle is Astrobot, Moss, a VR and a camera. It doesn't come with any moves, but you don't need moves for this game, or honestly, a lot of games you don't need moves. Unfortunately, moves are like a bundle of 2 moves is $100, and it's annoying.
I'm very happy I got mine before VR even like existed.
Yeah, I mean, I had 1 move, but a lot of games you need 2 moves. So I was stupid and bought the 2-move bundle. I probably could have bought that Farpoint bundle instead. I got the game. And paid less.
So you can see how I'm looking straight down here.
I didn't realize that you could punch the heels. Actually, I was bopping them with my head. At least the ones that are close enough to your camera perspective. Oh, I don't think I found that one.
Me either. I think they turn into silver coins if you found them before.
Right. I didn't think you could kill the jellyfish at first, but if you can get above water, you can laser them.
Oh.
You can't do that in this level. You can do it in the whale level.
Which is not something I really want to spoil for me.
No. You want to try a boss fight? They're pretty fun after you finish this level.
Sure. And then I went.
I mean, I think it could be, any of the first 3 bosses. I mean, they're very good, like Mario Galaxy style bosses, kind of,
Right.
Like just lots of good animation, and they're fun.
I mean, you don't even have to headbutt that. If you just run into it, it'll break anyways. But I like this right here. You can see yourself. There I am. And the motion tracking is incredible.
Yeah, it really is. I never really paid attention to that monitor.
Oh, really?
That's funny.
The first time I did this, I stayed here for a while.
You got seaweed hair.
I know.
Yeah, it really is amazing how much they do with just one camera for PSP.
Yeah.
Like the Vive has like multiple cameras that you set up in the corners of the room, right? Was PSVR Worlds free? I want to say like some of the early bundles maybe came with it, but now it costs like $10. I was surprised how long this went on.
Yeah.
That is some...
Anybody in the chat sold on it?
I think a few people are, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, PlayStation Worlds, I think the default price is like 14 new. I think it was maybe on sale for 10. I don't even know if it was on sale. If you've got the Gamers Club at Best Buy still, it's like $8.
Okay, I'll do a boss fight, and then we'll call it a night.
Yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 people watching this. There's like, okay, I really want this now.
Maybe I'll just do the first boss.
Sure, he's pretty simple. I think you'll see what I mean when I...
You can't replay the bosses.
You can't?
No, it's not letting me replay a boss.
Well, that's a bummer. Maybe after you beat the game.
Maybe there's something out here. Name in the challenge ballots. There is one.
Yeah, I haven't checked out the challenge.
Yeah, oh, here we go. Root canal. I bet you this is it. Let's see what happens. I haven't tried any of the challenge levels, so I bet you this is a boss. Maybe a harder boss fight.
I wonder. Was it showing 2 bots to collect?
No. I mean, this seems like. I'm gonna use the grappling hook.
Frank Strasser is saying, hard to believe Sony did this, not Nintendo. I know, which is why I'm saying, like, I really want to see what Nintendo does with it. Oh, by the way, people in the chat can't see it, but, like, you can actually see, like, the roundness of the moon in the heads.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So the grappling hook is pretty neat. I think another thing that really kind of makes this sort of view something that really works is something unique and special is, so you've got your dual shock that like floats in the world, and you can get various tools like water spouts or the grappling hook that he's got now. You can't really see it clearly because he's not like looking down at the controller that much. But there's parts where you can shoot the grappling hook, and so the hook is connected to the touchpad, and it's connected to a point, and you have to like move your controller over down to the platform where your bot is. And you have to jump the bot onto the tightrope and like hold the controller and move the bot down the tightrope, and like you can like move like where the origin point of the rope is by moving the controller, so you can like essentially almost like move him from platform to platform with your hands. And you can also like flick the controller up to like make him do like a really high jump. It's pretty cool. That was definitely an aha moment for me.
Oh, you check it out. I'm on this platform is a PS1.
Wait, what?
This platform
oh,
is a PS1.
You're right. I wonder if it was like that when you fought him before. You're right. Like the helipad symbol is like where the PS symbol would be.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Like, you know, I feel like
Look at him dancing. That's the dance is like.
I feel like Sony's Japan studio is like kind of an unsung developer. Because I think they do some pretty neat stuff. I mean, there's this, you know, I know people are you know, kind of iffy on Knack. I think Knack 2 is really well received for what it is. People were like, I can't believe this game is as good as it is. You know, they did like the Puppeteer on PS3. They did another number of other games. Like it's definitely a pretty talented studio. Some very Nintendo-like sort of vibes.
I'm gonna just go to the ship. Yeah, and you know, it's just.
Is there anything to buy with your coins other than like ship decorations?
Well, you get I mean, they are ship decorations, I guess. They're just models you can do. I mean,
I think
makes me wonder if they could do a whole game where it's just like putting money into a capsule thing.
Oh yeah, I mean Gravity Rush is another great example of, and of course, you know, all the Eco, Shadow Colossus, Last Guardian. Very, very good examples of what they can do. Gravity Rush 2 I didn't like as much as I wanted to. There was a lot of things I did like about it, but I also felt like it was kind of disjointed. I really like Gravity Rush 1 a lot.
And this is fun too. If for as simple as it is, it's fun.
Was Folklore a Japan studio game? I don't think so, was it? That's a game that I like very early after I got my PS3 I was interested in. I never got it. I played the demo and thought it was interesting.
I mean, it's just... Makes you wonder if you could just have a gambling game where you're like spending real money, like doing the slot machine.
Coury says, I still need to buy Last Guardian, and I don't care what critics say. I don't really know what critics say. I think there was, I mean, I remember getting the vibe that there was some frustration with it or whatever, but I love Last Guardian. I absolutely love it. I mean, I felt very attached to the creature, exactly, you know, the way I would have hoped. I felt like, yes, there was some frustration, but I feel like that would be very natural for working with an animal. The frustration
made it more rewarding when it worked right.
Yes, I mean it felt like an intentional element of the game. It was very natural how you sort of goad the creature into doing what you want. I thought. I really liked it.
You can see it again. Look at the Astrobot in the plane.
I need to download the free Last Guardian VR.
Oh, I heard that's really cool too.
Oh yeah?
But you know, you're seeing like a very similar thing as I had. You know, once you kind of get it, and you're like, oh, well, I want to try this. I want to try that.
Yeah. I mean, when I had it at my parents' house, I didn't bother to connect my PS4 to the internet, so I didn't download anything. I'm sure there's lots of interesting things. You're just punching up all the bots. This was like kind of what made me think like, oh, like Pikmin would be neat.
Oh yeah.
And also like Moss like has like that very sort of organic sort of look to it too that made me think of it. But yeah, it's fun. Like watching this is making me want to you know get my bits done for this episode so I can hook up my PSVR tomorrow. Like that's what I'm going to do as soon as I'm done. I'm going to clean up some of the I'm going to clean up some of the mess I've made from working with controllers and set up my PSVR. I'm still not 100% sure how I'm going to set it up, but I'm going to figure it out.
Hang on one second.
The cable that came with it, is it good enough for passing HDR or not? If I put the processor box close to the Denon, I think I've got a spare cable that could work for the pass through.
Well, do we want to talk about? I mean, we're allowed to give impressions of Monster Boy if we wanted to.
Oh, we are we?
Yeah, yeah. According to the email or the Twitter message, we're allowed to give our impressions as much as we want.
I mean, it's pretty amazing. I played a.
I mean, for people who don't know, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom is kind of a spiritual successor to the Wonder Boy games.
I don't really think it's a spiritual successor. I mean, it feels like absolutely a part of the series.
Yes, yes. I mean, I think it was.
It's got music. It's got music from the original game.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think that the impression that it had been up until this point was that it was a spiritual successor, but it's definitely very much part of the series, like playing it.
Yeah.
I reached out to the developer back in June because I don't know if you noticed, but we're really big. We are big Wonder Boy fans, and we want to do a big video on like all the main series, but also in all the different versions of that, but also the spin-offs and like the kind of all these different splinters that the series has kind of gone in
that are even vaguely connected.
Yes. And we are going into that full force like as soon as this controllers episode is wrapped up, and hopefully we can get that out very close to the release of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
It may be ambitious, but we've been capturing for a little while, but I feel positive about it, but the game is incredible.
Yes. Yeah, I played a little over an hour last night. It's good. It's good.
Supposedly for people that aren't familiar with Wonder Boy, it could go like around 30 hours. 30, 35 hours, maybe 40 hours. But they say for experienced Wonder Boy fans, it will probably be around 25, which is, it's that's a heck of a long game.
Yeah, it's more than I was expecting.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a lot of.
I mean, it has been in development for, gosh, it's been like over 5 years for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got like this, like I was totally not expecting, like it's got this like anime opening with like its own theme song.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
The soundtrack is great. I mean, there's a lot of like big people that helped make the soundtrack. Banjo guy Ollie like actually makes an appearance in the game. Like I'm not sure if you're familiar.
Oh,
with
that's who it's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah. He's like actually in the game. Like I mean, you're familiar with him at least a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I
ran into the character, but I didn't realize I was supposed to be him.
Yeah. He's definitely based on him. It is supposed to be him. I assume that you can get stuff in, so you can like listen to the music outside of each stage. I assume that's what you're supposed to do with him, but I'm not sure. I
was also wondering if some of it could have been like classic tunes or something.
Yeah, maybe. It's possible. But yeah, I mean, it is really, really good. And we're gonna, I'm riding high on it right now. So I'm hoping to spend my evenings for the next week and a half working on that. And then ideally I will follow that up with the best way to play the original Phantasy Star series. Because I also reached out to Sega to see if I could get an early download of the Phantasy Star Sega Ages. So that is the way that I want to maybe cover the rest of the series. So we'll see how that goes. Is that going to do it? Any last minute questions? I do not have the window open on the screen, so I can't see what anybody's saying.
No, I don't know if there's anything else.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for donations and everything. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully I didn't embarrass myself too much.
No, I think you did good. You made good progress.
And hopefully some people will go and check out Astro Bot Rescue Mission because of this too. Anyways,
great.
Look for an episode tomorrow, unless like some unforeseen circumstances. But I would say probably afternoon. I would say.
Yeah, sometime between the afternoon and early evening, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yep, that is the intent. Anyways, we'll see you soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.